the Broncos are out essentially of the Romo sweepstakes. And Jeff Darlington, our pal here, formerly of NFL, now at ESPN, reports something that I've said now for a couple of months, that it's the Texans or that's it. It's
or TV. Texans or
TV.
Texans or shame the devil. The Broncos were never a realistic landing spot for him. But now Elway has announced we're just going to go Simeon or Paxton Lynch. If Simeon wins the gig again here in the 21st century, when first-round draft picks start immediately or almost immediately, does this equal Paxton Lynch being a bust, an underrated bust? Also one that Jerry Jones coveted, wound up, it got lucky, he got Dak Prescott, but he wanted Paxton Lynch. Where do we come down on Paxton Lynch here in late March 2017? Cindy, I start with you.
I don't think Paxton Lynch will be the starter this year.
All right, so that's bad then. So that was not a good pick to make.
I don't know. I give people 3 years. So when you look at the trajectory of quarterbacks, I mean, some quarterbacks, like, you could say Aaron Rodgers, like, sitting behind Brett Favre for so long. So obviously Trevor Simeon, right? We should say it right. So however, he obviously is not Brett Favre, but you're sitting behind someone. I don't know. You have to give them at least 3 years of their development before you know who they are.
If Simeon, whose ceiling seems to be relatively apparent now, we've seen what he is. He's had
a couple good games, a couple bad games, and a lot
Aaron
of okay
Rodgers
games.
is not who he emerges as over the course of a season.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm saying that you have to give someone 3 years. Like with Paxton Lynch, you have to give him 3 years.
In the 21st century, in the age of free agency, when you have to make a year on a guy
in 3 years, for that fourth-year contract,
it's a wasted first-round pick if the first 2 years are red shirts for a guy. That's not a good. That equals bust in my.
I met Paxton Lynch last year. He came to ESPN when I was there, and I watched all of his film and how many short passes he threw. And you were in a situation where you have John Elway. Well, that's a good person to learn from. I'm not ready to call him a bust yet.
Not less than 12 months since he was drafted.
Money and I found him to be a charming fellow.
Yeah, I mean, but you mentioned he came out of that spread. It was more of like an Oklahoma-style spread.
Yeah, Memphis did not play a pro-style offense at all.
But then again, who does really in
Correct.
college?
I'm not knocking him for that.
But what I'm saying is there are other players that have come out of various spread-style offenses.
Well, I agree. I think he's Colin Kaepernick is who I think he is.
Yeah.
What?
It's
no. He's a lot bigger, just dimension-wise.
Here's the thing with Paxton, though.
But
he's not Jared Goff. He wasn't drafted number 1. He's not Robert Griffin III. You didn't trade a bounty.
Right.
You did that for Goff as well. You moved up a little bit to get him, but it was a back end of the first round kind of deal, and you get a little bit more leeway with those. You recognize, hey, he's going to get taken at the top of the second. We're going to have to get in here if we want him, even though that's kind of where we'd like to get him, where Kaepernick sat behind Alex Smith and, then eventually was comfortable enough to move in. So I'm with Cynthia, I think. I hold out, see if he can take that job halfway through the season maybe or something like that before I'm ready to say bust.
I also don't think – I think if Simeon had been bad last year, then he probably would be playing at the beginning of this season. But he did well enough to at least earn another 4 to 6 games.
That O-line.
Right.
Yeah.
To earn maybe 4 to 6 more games, and then maybe Paxton.
Last thing, you disagree?
Simeon's a great backup. He's the perfect backup. So if you're having him start a little bit to get Paxton Lynch some time, you're just reversing the order.
What you don't want to do is start Paxton Lynch at the beginning of the 2017 season and then 4 games in go, no, we need to go back to the other guy. You'd much rather do it the other way around.